America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to excuse me.
Biden. You're f***ing up once again. Biden is trying to destroy the U.S. economy by spending obscene amounts of money and raising the national debt. Admit it or not, Joe Biden was an absolutely horrible pick. I think the Democrats are slowly accepting that he should not be running this country. With his old age, declining cognitive abilities, and becoming senile, there is no way he should have been elected the President of the United States of America. This man is genuinely running this once great nation into the ground, and we will all pay the price for his actions sooner than later. When you have a president who willingly gives billions to a country to fight a war that has nothing to do with us, you know we are in trouble.
The Biden administration announcing the U.S. is going to send Ukraine another $2 billion security package.
There are a lot of gaffes, missteps, and overspending Biden is doing in office. And do you know who will foot the bill? American citizens. So far, I think Biden is the worst president we've had in U.S. history, which is saying a lot. I can't recall any other president in my lifetime who was on a tear to destroy the economy and have his citizens furious. Before I go any further, if this is your first time here, welcome to the Red Pill Economy. We help people stay aware and prepare for the incoming economic collapse of the United States of America. Please take a second to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to notify you immediately of new video releases. So without further ado, let's look at a few ways Joe Biden is single-handedly wrecking the U.S. economy.
And the Biden administration is set to propose a new minimum tax targeting the wealthiest Americans. The so-called billionaire minimum income tax plan would impose a 20% minimum tax rate on U.S. households worth more than $100 million.
So, Biden wants to impose a billionaire's tax on households making at least $100 million annually. He wants to tax these billionaires a minimum of 20%. Personally, I believe this is ridiculous and will hurt the economy because these wealthy individuals are the ones who run mega corporations, Fortune 500 companies, and other types of huge companies. These billionaires are the ones who create jobs for Americans. Suppose you decide to tax them too much. In that case, they will absolutely have no problem moving their business overseas where they can find labor for much cheaper and get taxed much less. I'm not sure how Biden thought of this harebrained idea, but it's not intelligent at all. These mega companies care about the bottom line. If the billionaires are overtaxed, I can promise you it won't end well for the U.S. economy. If Biden was smart, he would lower taxes for billionaires or give them more tax breaks. This would fuel the economy, allow more jobs to be created, and people to flourish. But no, Biden thinks the opposite. He also wants to add a corporate tax rate of 28%. If he gets this bill to pass, I promise it won't end well for America. In early 2021, Biden canceled the construction permit to build the Keystone Pipeline.
When President Biden revoked the construction permit of the Keystone XL pipeline, environmentalists celebrated. 1,500 miles from Washington, in Murdo, South Dakota, population 444, Jeff Birkland had a different reaction.
How did you feel? Like it got kicked in the stomach, honestly. I didn't feel good at all.
Yes, that's the feeling many people felt when Biden uncannily just canceled the pipeline. Thousands of potential jobs were lost. According to Newsweek, the pipeline would have created 60,000 direct and indirect jobs and would generate around $1.6 billion in gross wages. And it hurts our ability to provide more of our own oil rather than relying on overseas countries to give it to us. Biden's excuse for canceling the Keystone XL pipeline is that it would be bad for the climate. Biden needs to realize that this will do more harm than good, and he needs to put America first. Those lost jobs could have helped the family put food on the table, helped the family move into their first home, helped someone's child go to college. The negative impact of the canceled pipeline was huge, but Biden doesn't care because it's not his job being lost. Biden needs to start caring more about the American people, not satisfying the wishes of his donors to his campaign. One of the most significant issues millions of Americans have with Biden is that he gave a blank check to Ukraine to fight the Russians. In 1 year, Biden has given up $196 billion to Ukraine and Zelensky. Look, I'm no fan of war, and I hope it ends soon. I have no qualms with the Russians, nor do I have any qualms with the Ukrainians. But we are giving the most money out of every country in the world. At the same time, we still have major issues here in America, such as a homelessness crisis. Not only that, we have homeless veterans that served and fought for our country, but they're living on our streets while we give more money to Zelensky so it can pad his pockets. There's no telling where that money is going, how it's being used, and whose pockets it's falling into. So far, we're giving the most support out of every country siding with Ukraine, which is unfair. Why couldn't we give Ukraine a small amount of money? Why do we have to give them nearly $200 billion? That money could be well spent at home, not fighting a proxy war with Russia. Because at the end of the day, you and I will be paying for the bill in the form of higher taxes. Why are we always saying yes to Zelensky's begging requests? There's a time when the Biden administration must say no, and we cannot provide you with any more money. We have our own issues at home, and it's time for Ukraine to hold its own nuts. But I'm not going to hold my breath for that to happen. Another major issue America faces is an excessive influx of illegal immigrants from Central and South America due to Biden's weak border enforcement and relaxed immigration policies. Biden wants to let everyone and their mother flow through the wide open southern border and give them resources that were meant for American citizens. Republican governors of border states are shipping illegal immigrants to liberal sanctuary cities such as New York, Chicago, D.C., etc. The mayors of these sanctuary cities are putting them up in 4 to 5-star hotels and taking care of them much better than a homeless population. And guess who is going to foot the bill at the end of the day? You and me. Look, I have absolutely no problems with legal immigration. I have no problem when immigrants come legally and are appropriately vetted and screened. We know they aren't coming with bad intentions. But many of these illegal immigrants from South and Central America are up to no good. They are coming to the United States because they know our government will take care of them better than their own governments in their own countries. I recently discovered that the United Kingdom has an illegal immigrant crisis of their own. They are preparing to plan to deport illegal immigrants living in their country and stop illegal immigration for good. Let's quickly listen to what UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak has to say about the situation.
Mr. Speaker, I said enough is enough, and I mean it, and that means I am prepared to do what must be done. So early next year, we will introduce new legislation to make unambiguously clear that if you enter the UK illegally, you should not be able to remain here. Instead, you will be detained and swiftly returned either to your home country or to a safe country where your asylum claim will be considered. And you will no longer be able to frustrate removal attempts with late or spurious claims or appeals. And once removed, you should have no right to re-entry, settlement, or citizenship.
I agree with the United Kingdom's Prime Minister and wish them good luck. I wish the Biden administration would take notes and do the same, but we all know that will not happen. At least when Trump was in office, he made it his mission to lock the borders down and curb illegal immigration altogether.
You got some bad people in those groups, you got some tough people in those groups, and I'll tell you what, this country doesn't want them.
Sure, Trump made some mean and insensitive tweets, but at least he put America and Americans first. In the end, illegal immigration does way more harm than good to the U.S. economy because our tax dollars are being used to take care of illegal immigrants while they take jobs away from Americans. In conclusion, Biden is sending the economy into a downward spiral, which will only worsen as time goes on. Inflation is high, the cost of living is out of control, companies are laying off workers by the thousands, and we are giving insane amounts of money to Ukraine. And these are just a few things contributing to America's fall. Biden doesn't care about you, me, or anyone else. I don't even think he's thinking straight most of the time. But at the end of the day, that's who the American people voted for to lead this country. So we will have to deal with the consequences of his quote-unquote leadership for now. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. I truly enjoyed putting this video together, and I hope you enjoyed it also. Thank you for tuning into the Red Pill Economy. Please stay aware and get prepared. See you next time. Take care.